Hello and welcome to the JMCSS podcast for the district. I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information for Jackson-Madison County Schools. Today, we're visiting with the cast of Annie Jr. and director Emily Stutz. Ms. Stutz, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Greg. Nice to be here.
So we know that you've been given the task of directing the kindergarten through 8th grade play, Annie Jr. But before we get into the play, first of all, Ms. Stutz, tell us your day job here for the school system.
My day job, or my real job, as I like to say, I teach 5th grade at Thelma Barker Elementary. I teach 5th grade ELA.
So how long have you been an educator?
I've been an educator for 13 years, going on 14.
When did you first become involved in theater?
Oh my goodness, I was a child. I was in the 6th grade, so the same age as some of these kids. Started off with theater at my school. Actually started off singing, started off in choir, and that just progressed as I grew older.
We're visiting with Emily Stutz. She is a teacher at Thelma Barker, but this month she is preparing students for the district-wide play Annie Jr. Now, you all have been having practice at Northeast, but the actual play will take place at Liberty High School. Tell us those dates.
That is correct. So our show will be at Liberty, May the 16th, 17th, and 18th, 7 p.m. May the 16th, 7 p.m. May the 17th, and 2 shows on the 18th, a 2 o'clock showing and a 7 p.m. showing.
Be sure to check out our social media sites. We'll be posting those dates. What all goes into putting on a district-wide play with such a wide and diverse age group of students?
It's a lot of brain power from everyone at Central Office who has been so supportive of the show, down to the 6 production crew members. There's been a lot of midnight runs, a lot of roundtable meetings, and then coordinating with parents and coordinating with after-school activities such as sports and after-school tutoring, coordinating with 37 kids from all different ages, kindergarten all the way through 8th grade, 11 different schools, and all of their parents. We also have 2 different teachers on our staff, on our production team rather. One who is directing his own play as he's being vocal director for this play. Another who's getting ready for a spring concert with his students at Northeast as he's vocal directing for this play. It's a lot of moving pieces.
It's really been a team effort.
Absolutely. Central Office, there's 3 or 4 contacts there who have handled everything from purchase orders to t-shirt orders to helping with light and sound vendors, coordinating among principals of different schools to this production crew of 6, several of which are parent volunteers who have helped with sewing costumes, altering costumes, designing sets, engineering sound cues, engineering audio cues, coordinating how to do vocal practices while we're also doing blocking at the same time. Everything is just kind of a whirlwind, but it's a very well meticulously organized and very thought out whirlwind.
We're visiting with Emily Stutz. She's a teacher at Thelma Barker Elementary here in the Jackson-Madison County School System, but right now, we're speaking to her because she's been given the task of preparing students for the district-wide theater production of Annie Jr. More than 30 students participating in this. Now, let's just unpack that for a moment. You said there were 37 students?
37 students from 11 schools.
37 students, 11 schools. Now, that means in addition to preparing for a play, these students still have to study, do homework, any other extracurricular activities. So just for a moment, kudos to these students.
Absolutely. These kids are absolutely incredible. I knew by week 2 that we were really in with an amazing group. These kids are creative brain. They are artistic, but in with that, we also have academic honor kids. We have athletes who we've balanced theater with other practices. The dedication that these kids have to all of the things they're involved in is incredible. They are very versatile and incredibly talented.
We're visiting with Emily Stutz. She's directing Annie Jr., and it's taken a total team effort. We'll get into some of the names after we take a quick time out. Again, you're listening to For the District. It's the podcast for Jackson-Madison County Schools on JJ 97.7 FM. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Jackson Madison County Schools is recruiting talent in preparation for the upcoming school year. Join us for the JMCSS Operations Recruitment Fair, April 8th at Northside High School and April 10th at Southside High School from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. JMCSS has job opportunities in food service, maintenance, technology, bookkeeping and attendance, nursing, safety and security, transportation, and janitorial. Come learn about our competitive pay and attractive employee benefits. That's the JMCSS Operations Recruitment Fair, 2 days at 2 convenient locations. April 8th at Northside High School or April 10th at Southside High School from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. For more, log on to jmcss.org. And remember, there's never been a better time to choose Jackson Madison County Schools.
This is your JMCSS Minute.
This message brought to you by Jackson Madison County Schools.
Hi, I'm Nevaeh Coleman, a senior at JCM Early College High School, and this is your JMCSS Minute. Did you know 81 bus drivers currently provide transportation for our students? This is more than a 20% increase since COVID, with many drivers coming out of retirement to provide transportation. Covering 12,000 miles daily, 8,000 students are taken to and from school with the help of our drivers. Currently, more than 2,000 families have downloaded the Where's My Bus app to stay updated about their child's bus route during the day. We're encouraging more families to use the app in order to stay aware. I'm Nevaeh Coleman, a senior at JCM Early College High School, and this is your JMCSS Minute.
Visit jmcss.org to join our team, apply for enrollment, or to schedule a tour. Choose us. Tuition free. Jackson Madison County Schools. Welcome back to For the District, the JMCSS podcast on JJ 97.7 FM. This morning, we're visiting with Emily Stutz, and she's been a very, very busy teacher at Thelma Barker. I know, Emily, you have students who are getting ready for testing at the school, but you're also juggling. Wow, just an exciting time for these students as you're preparing for the district-wide production of Annie Jr. For a moment, what's this process been like for you? Let's just sit on that for a moment. What's it been like?
Meticulously organized. I have to constantly stay ahead or else something gets dropped or forgotten. Teacher life comes first. I definitely am in full testing mode and trying to give everything I can to my students at Barker to get them ready for TCAP. They're going to do amazing. I have full faith in them. But on top of that, as you said, I've also taken on this role as directing this musical. So I kind of feel like I live two lives, kind of definitely two full-time jobs. And I love them both. They both are very rewarding, and I'm very fortunate to get this experience for sure.
I like the way that you've talked about the team aspect. No one can do this alone.
No.
Many of the teachers from Northeast Middle School have also helped out. And wow, the parent involvement to get something like this done. And of course, if you didn't hear the first half of our interview in this conversation, there are 37 students participating in this district-wide play. I had an opportunity to visit practice recently, and I was immediately impressed by the effort. But then, there are some students reading their books and catching up on their studies and jumping in between scenes. Just talk about the effort that these students have put in.
These kids, they give us everything. And it's a lot of late nights here for them. It's a lot of, as you said, trying to study and do homework as they're not on stage. And at the same time, they amaze me because I almost anticipate someone missing a cue. But these kids are so on top of it and are so multifaceted. They're sitting there going over, history maps, or they're working on science questions, and they don't miss a cue because I turn around to say, hey, it's your, and they're already on the stage. To be young and to have that brain power to do all of those things at the same time. These kids are so talented. Casting this show was incredibly difficult. We were around a round table as a production crew until about 12:30 in the morning trying to cast this show because there was so many talented kids that we had over 100 show up for auditions, and taking that down to 37, that was a job.
And on the district side, when we first started promoting the fact that we were going to have a district-wide play, and this has been several months ago, there were folks outside of the school system asking if they could participate. So the community response for the fine arts in Madison County is really exciting.
It is exciting. It is exciting for sure. We have 3 or 4 of our cast who have done community theater programs. Actually, Annie, Kaylee Bullock, is also the dragon in a community theater production. So she has simultaneously not only done school and played basketball and cheered, maybe, question mark. But she has also taken on the lead role of Annie and a very main role in Shrek Jr.
I know it would be impossible for you to name 37 students.
True.
Although they're all stars.
I could try.
And we've posted the cast list on our social media sites. We do want to invite you to check that out. But folks will be familiar with the show Annie.
Yes.
Of course, Annie being the title character. There's also Daddy Warbucks. Then the people who run the orphanage.
Hannigan, Grace.
Yes. So if you would kind of tell us some of the names of the local students who will be in some of the larger roles.
Yes. So Annie, of course, Annie is the title character. Kaylee Bullock is a 5th grader at Pope. She is portraying Annie. Daddy Warbucks is Carter Compton, an 8th grader at Community Montessori. Grace Farrell is secretary to the billionaire Mr. Warbucks. That is portrayed by 7th grader Lucy Luttrell, and she is here at Northeast. And then Emma Holiday is an 8th grader at Rose Hill, and she is portraying Miss Hannigan.
Again, we want to invite you to go to jmcss.org, check out the Fine Arts page. We'll have the cast list posted there so you can see the names of all of the students who are participating. Again, we're visiting with Emily Stutz. She's a teacher at Thelma Barker in the Jackson-Madison County School System. And this semester, she's directing the district-wide play Annie Jr. We're going to take a quick time out. Before we go, Miss Stutz teaches at Thelma Barker Elementary. We were recently on campus to record their school spotlight, so we'll have that dropping in a few weeks. But before we talk about Thelma Barker, we'll talk about some of the schools that we have spotlighted. Right now, we're going to visit quickly with the students and staff at Alexander Elementary. Check out this school spotlight.
We have some really hardworking teachers in this building, and we have some really determined pre-K through 5th grade students that come each and every day ready to learn.
I like math because we get to do the plus sign and the minus and the equals, and we get to add those numbers to each other to make another number. You have amazing lunches, and you have all these people that do a lot of things for students.
We have an excellent staff. We love our students.
They are bringing some engagement activities that capture those students in reading and in math.
And there's different ways that they can incorporate math in these books, and I mean, they also have their reading problems that they have to do.
Science is my favorite subject. See, my science teacher is really fun. We made slime and oobleck. Miss Davis is my principal at this school. She helps a lot. She's always in a good mood.
She's a great woman, and she helps us. We go on field trips.
And when I hear her voice on the intercom, it just soothes me.
So one of our biggest things that we're doing right now is our homework diner. It brings families back into the school. Students get the opportunity to work on homework, and they also get the opportunity to meet teachers. And then we have a meal that we provide for our families for our homework diner.
We've had our literacy nights, and we have our basketball teams, and just so many different activities and things that they can get involved in.
I'm a point guard on the basketball team. Here I'm talking about math again. You gotta know which certain way you gotta go, and you gotta do the angles of the shooting.
This school has a very special place in this community.
My school, it's really fun here. We go on many field trips. So we get to have fun, and we get to go down the slide. And it's just so fun. Go Wildcats. Go Wildcats. Go Wildcats.
Go Wildcats!
We want to thank Principal Davis for her hospitality. We really enjoyed our time visiting the students there at Alexander Elementary. Right now, we're back with Emily Stutz. She's a teacher at Thelma Barker. This semester, she is directing the district-wide play, Annie Jr. Remind us again, what do you teach at Thelma Barker?
I teach 5th grade reading and writing, ELA.
So talk about how maybe that connects the writing and the reading and the theater production, reading lines and inflection. Is there a connection there?
Oh, absolutely. There is so much research on the importance of arts and how kids involved in the arts see test scores soar among all subjects, not just reading and writing. But yes, of course, there's a tie-in and a correlation there. These kids are reading scripts constantly. And not only are they reading scripts, there's a fluency component. They have to be able to read, fluently as if they were actually holding a conversation, because they are becoming this character who then does have to hold a conversation. Writing is creativity and thinking outside of the box. These kids have really started to take ownership of the show. They've started to come to the production team and say, hey, what about this? Or what if we changed this here? Or could we add this to kind of explain where this came from? And of course, I hope they take all of that creativity back in their classroom, because they're reading something that's written already, and essentially they're becoming editors. They are tweaking what's written. They're adding to what's written. Absolutely, there's a huge tie-in. Our choreographer is working with them on counting. They have to be able to dance and count at the same time, and that ties in with multiplication. Okay, if you have this many measures and they're 3 beats apiece, how many measures or how many beats do you have to get back on stage? Absolutely, huge tie-in with academics.
You just, my mind is blown for a second. So yes, memorizing a script, but because this is a show, there's a choreography involved.
Oh, you're gonna see some huge choreography. My choreographer is actually Miss Caitlin Tidwell, who is the school counselor at Pope. Mm-hmm. Caitlin has brought some choreography ideas in, and I've just sat and I've thought, I don't really know how this is going to play out, but if you want to tackle that, absolutely, let's do it. The depth that she can think and her creativity is just, it blows my mind. These kids are going to be doing cartwheels on the stage. They're going to be running up and down the aisles, interacting with audience members. And of course, all of that, yes, ties back to math. They have to be able to not only do all of the things, at the same time, they're counting and knowing where they are beat and measure-wise in a score.
So I want to talk to you about the story of Annie Jr. I know some creativity and some liberties have been taken to add to the backstory. But before we go there, Emily, let me get your reflections as a teacher. How cool is it to be in the Jackson-Madison County school system in this time where there's so much support from the district office for the fine arts, for athletics, and all of these extracurricular activities? Even at your elementary school, Thelma Barker, there was elementary school basketball.
Basketball, for sure.
All of these, that's right. All these opportunities for students in this moment in our school district. Your thoughts as you think about that?
I think it's amazing. I think it's really something to be proud of. I also think that it's part of being a well-rounded individual to get to experience all these different aspects, whether it be sports or whether it be academics or whether it be the arts. I'm very thankful for that there are the 3 A's and that there is a focus on the 3 A's, certainly. I also think that it's amazing we've brought this down to the elementary level. These kids are getting experiences to kind of dip their toe in these different activities. So hopefully by the time they're high school students, they really have found their niche and where they feel like they belong, where they feel like they're most successful. And what a way to build their confidence. What a way to keep them engaged and involved and excited about coming to school.
A great moment to thank our superintendent, Dr. Marlon King, and a very supportive school board creating these opportunities, because it takes effort, it takes funding, and for the superintendent and the school board to really not just talk about it, but to be about it. And you talk about the 3 A's, since day one, Dr. King came in talking about academics, athletics, and the arts. So thinking about last year, the district-wide play, at the high school level and middle school level was The Little Mermaid. And so this year, to follow that up with an elementary/middle school opportunity, really just reiterates the fact that the Jackson-Madison County school system is going all in terms of opportunities for students in the classroom, in the garage when you think about STEM and career and technical education, but also in the fine arts. Now, Emily, and again, you're listening to For the District, the podcast for Jackson-Madison County Schools. We're visiting with Emily Stutz. She's a teacher at Thelma Barker, but also this semester, she's directing the district-wide show, Annie Jr. A lot of people will be familiar with Annie, the play or the movie. Annie Jr. here in the Jackson-Madison County school system will have a slightly different twist in areas. Without giving it all away, what would you like to tell us?
The kids would be mad if I gave it all away. They say all the time, no spoilers, no spoilers. However, with that being said, our production team has added in the backstory. So why is Warbucks connected to an orphan? What's his experience in childhood? Why was Annie left at an orphanage? What made her parents decide to give her up? How did Warbucks and Grace meet? What's that backstory?
Yeah.
Where are Warbucks' parents? Why is he single and a billionaire? Where did these orphans come from? Why is Hannigan so incredibly horrible?
And mean.
Sorry, Emma. I love you, Emma. You're not terrible, but your character is pretty vile. Yeah, she's terrible. She's mean. She's throwing Annie on the floor and yelling and screaming at children. But why? There's always a why. So we have worked with these kids, especially our 7th and 8th graders, who have taken on a lot of these adult characters they're portraying, and really gotten inside the why. Why is your character this way? So we've built a backstory.
Again, it's Annie Jr., and it's a district-wide performance by students in the Jackson-Madison County Schools. Ms. Stutz, again, those show dates and location one more time.
Our show will be at Liberty Tech, May the 16th at 7 p.m., May the 17th at 7 p.m., May the 18th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m.
All right. Any final thoughts as you all prepare? May will be here before we know it. I mean, April.
6 weeks. 6 weeks.
April sped up on us.
It did.
Kind of what I guess is your game plan as we get closer to the show and the organization of 37 students
11 schools.
From 11 schools, really fine-tuning the script, the choreography, all the things.
Yes. So our kids are off book. That means they know all of their lines. We are diving in deep with choreography and learning these dance numbers. Costumes are almost complete. So from here, it's just making the most of every single second. And I'm telling the kids, we can't go backwards. Once it's been corrected, it's corrected. And we are on an upwards track, upwards and onwards. We're starting to trickle in. Like you were here today. We're starting to trickle in just a few people at a time to give these kids a taste of what potentially hundreds in Liberty's theater is going to feel like. That way they're not frightened, or they're, hopefully we're knocking out some stage fright for some of these babies. But yeah, we're downhill racing to May the 16th for sure.
We hope you have enjoyed this conversation on the JMCSS podcast for the district, where we spent some time spotlighting the fine arts and the incredible students who are preparing for the district-wide show, Annie Jr. We want to thank Emily Stutz, a teacher at Thelma Barker, who also this semester is directing the play. Again, visit jmcss.org. Go to our fine arts page so you can see the cast list, and you all can celebrate these students with us as well. Ms. Stutz, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. It's been an honor to be here.
Hey, we've got one more school spotlight to let you listen to. One more school spotlight. Don't go anywhere, and we'll get to that right after this brief timeout. You're listening to For the District, the JMCSS podcast on JJ 97.7 FM. This message brought to you by Jackson Madison County Schools.
Hello, I'm London Murphy, a junior at Southside High School, and this is your JMCSS Minute. Did you know that our school system, social and behavioral services, have sent home over 1,200 snack backpacks to children in need? The service has assisted many families with uniforms, school supplies, winter coats, and snack backpacks. Over the past 5 years, families that have received uniforms have increased 5 times the amount. That is 1,500 children. Plus, more than 800 of those students have received coats as well. Each year, they have helped over 2,000 students have a smooth open enrollment period. I'm London Murphy, a junior at Southside High School, and this is your JMCSS Minute.
Visit jmcss.org to join our team, apply for enrollment, or to schedule a tour. Choose us. Tuition free. Jackson Madison County Schools. Jackson Madison County Schools is recruiting talent in preparation for the upcoming school year. Join us for the JMCSS Operations Recruitment Fair, April 8th at Northside High School and April 10th at Southside High School from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. JMCSS has job opportunities in food service, maintenance, technology, bookkeeping and attendance, nursing, safety and security, transportation, and janitorial. Come learn about our competitive pay and attractive employee benefits. That's the JMCSS Operations Recruitment Fair, 2 days at 2 convenient locations. April 8th at Northside High School or April 10th at Southside High School from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. For more, log on to jmcss.org. And remember, there's never been a better time to choose Jackson Madison County Schools. Welcome back to the JMCSS podcast for the district. I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information for Jackson Madison County Schools. We hope you enjoyed our conversation spotlighting the fine arts. Right now, before we get out of here, let's visit with the awesome staff and students from North Parkway Middle School. Check out this school spotlight.
Scholars at North Parkway are learning at high levels.
I think Dr. Braswell calls us scholars because we are very hardworking.
We're a big family here at North Parkway, so where we have high expectations in instruction, we also want to make sure that everybody feels like this is home, so they want to stay here.
When you look over the last 3 years, North Parkway has been a level 4 or 5 school, and that says that our scholars are growing and our teachers are working hard.
It's a great school. It's a level 4 school. We get our education and we still get to have fun.
Teachers are motivated. They are loud.
Tell me, is that a function?
They are in the classrooms being animated.
A crested gecko.
One of the most exciting things happening at North Parkway will be our Club Day experience. We have a nursing club, cosmetology club, barbering, law, and so much more.
I like Club Day because it's fun and entertaining.
If you visit North Parkway on Club Day, you're going to see lots of students excited, engaged. They're curious in exploring the different careers and opportunities.
How do you deal with rude clients?
You always stay professional.
So we were awarded $15,000 to support our Club Day experience through the Roberts Foundation. As of last year, North Parkway is the only middle school in the state of Tennessee with a nursing program that partners with a college. Last year, we partnered with the University of Memphis at Lambeth.
Exploring careers now in middle school allows us to dream big. My ultimate goal is to become a heart general surgeon. I want to continue studying nursing when I go to high school.
North Parkway is full of teachers that believe in our scholars.
And we want to thank Dr. Braswell for her hospitality. And we had a great visit with the students and staff at North Parkway Middle School. Hey, we hope you enjoyed this episode. You can check out previous episodes online. Just go to jmcss.org/podcast. I'm Greg Hammond. We hope you have a great Sunday and an excellent week. We'll see you next time. Jackson Madison County Schools is recruiting talent in preparation for the upcoming school year. Join us for the JMCSS Operations Recruitment Fair, April 8th at Northside High School and April 10th at Southside High School from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. JMCSS has job opportunities in food service, maintenance, technology, bookkeeping and attendance, nursing, safety and security, transportation, and janitorial. Come learn about our competitive pay and attractive employee benefits. That's the JMCSS Operations Recruitment Fair, 2 days at 2 convenient locations. April 8th at Northside High School or April 10th at Southside High School from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. For more, log on to jmcss.org. And remember, there's never been a better time to choose Jackson Madison County Schools.